which is quite an interesting update that we are looking at. In focus is something like an Astra Microwave, and this is after the board had approved 174 crore worth of a fundraise, and this they'll be doing via the convertible warrants route. So with this, the board has approved allotment of up to 20.14 lakh convertible warrants, and this is at a price of 864 that we are looking at, which again, if you take the current market price in picture, is around a 21% of a discount that we are looking at. Again, the warrant tenure not to exceed 18 months. But the big takeaway here for Astra Microwave is the HNI investor Damani participating in this fundraise. So what we are seeing is promoter Renuka Chitrakar, their post-issue shareholding, if we are seeing, that would increase to around the levels of 3.11%. But it's Gopikishan Damani, brother of Radhakishan Damani, who is now entered in the stock. Again, if you take the warrants in picture and just take the equity, that stands at about 0.6%, while other investors, there are other notable investors like Kalpesh Sumani, Atim Kabra and Ratnabali Equity as well, which have participated in this fundraise that we are looking at. But you know, what may interest the money is something of a question that we should be asking, considering that he already held more than 1% of the stake at one point, and this was in March 2023 that we are seeing. So firstly, Astra Microwave, if we are seeing, is a key player in radar and subsystems. They have collaborated with companies like Bharat Electronics also before. It has stronger growth prospects as well, with the expectations of a 15 to 20% of a revenue growth in FY26. Along with that, if you look at the order book of the company, that roughly stands at 2,300 crore at the end of December. Expectation is that by FY27, this would see about a 20% of a growth. Increasing share of higher margin domestic orders versus exports is something that is expected to lead to a margin accretive business also going forward for the business. Let's also talk about the valuations now. If we are talking about the valuations, that they are not on the cheaper side that we are seeing. Trailing PE is around 76 times, which is much higher than the 3-year average PE of 63 times. But if we just had to calculate the warrant subscription price that we are looking at for the money, this indicates a multiple of 61 times, which is roughly in line with the 3-year average PE of 63 times is what we are looking at. So interesting update for Astra Microwave here, wherein we've seen participation from the money over here. But another